Was that loud? Because it looked loud in the OBS. Sorry about that. I guess I've never actually listened back to that, but I was sitting here and it was like red, 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 and I was like, ooh, that's probably pretty loud. How are y'all doing this morning? Welcome to the Volatility live stream. First one I've done in quite some time. Sitting here watching KODK go absolutely insane. I'm still not feeling 100%. I feel a lot better than yesterday, so I felt like I could at least jump on here and see what we could find. This KODK, man. I don't think I want to touch it. 18 mil float. I mean, if it does something crazy at the open, let's take a look at the daily here. I don't see anything at first glance. You have to go all the way back here to find anything. Let's see. We're already through this level here. Got a level here. Scroll on a little bit more. Looks like these are the key levels that could come into play. Got one here. So got that 1055 area would be first. Looks like it hits there a couple times, which is the bottom of this huge move down. Tried support here, not really. Tried it again here. So it doesn't seem to be like a major level. The first major level is up here at 12 and 1250. So like I said, this thing would have to go a little crazy for us to even really be too interested. Also tried to use it as support there. That was more of 13 though. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Vincenzo, we're feeling a little bit better. Nothing, not 100% better, but definitely better. Was good enough to get on here this morning, so. Got about 3 minutes here to the bell, just kind of catching up on things. Had to run to the gas station. One of my tires was going a little bit low, so I had to throw it in there. I got to there. They're free air. It was, I guess, working. Not really, because when I was done, it said it was done, but there was one less pound of pressure in my tire. So I came home and just used mine. I didn't feel like getting it out, but I obviously had to. So obviously something was wrong with their air machine. And yeah, so I was dealing with that this morning. Both kids are in school today, corona free, which is nice. The other one's potty training. This is his first day in school attempting to potty train. So he did really well. We just started this past Friday, and he was doing really well at the house, so hopefully that continues. But the odds are it won't be that great the first day or two back to school. I'm sure it'll be a lot different. He's not going to have like his potty. He's going to be in a different environment, all that good stuff. But what do you mean, Brad? Good morning, Thomas. What do you mean, who am I? I actually thought Kodak was like going out of business at one point, so it's a little weird. I wonder, this obviously had some news. I wonder what the news was. Actually, let's load up Thinkorswim. We'll get Charlie up now that I can actually hear. Enjoy the live trades as in this, or you just enjoy the live trades when I post them, just in general? Why do I feel like I typed that wrong? I'm like having a brain fart on what my password is. Hold on one sec. Okay, sorry about that. There's the bell. Good luck, everybody. One share in Tesla today. What is that? It's at 1500. So short. All right, Charlie. I don't want you to.
That's
be
from
too
Dow
loud.
Jones.
That should be good. Anybody know what the Kodak brought back an Instax camera? I think. I thought they already had something like that.
Emergency operations had been set to expire at the end of September. Three-month extension designed to provide certainty to borrower participants.
There we go. GD holds the blue wrench of power and gets everything. Hey, one share of Tesla would be up $1 right now. Just being patient. Most likely not going to be trading Kodak. I have it up. I'm going to keep it up on my other chart. Like I said, we'd have to see something crazy like up to 12, which it's attempting to try. Sohu up here, right off the scanner. Man, Kodak is going nuts. Sorry, just getting my daily a little bit bigger up top here. Tried, went right through that 1055 area. Came right back down though. Excuse me. I mean, I think technically you could, Justin. I am Thanos. Yeah.
HOG Harley Davidson on their conference call says sales have increased sequentially since April. I'll tell Oscar Golf.
They're on their conference call saying that they have good sales and their stock's going down. I love it.
ADIL Pharmaceuticals scheduling an update.
I was looking for more out of SOHU here. Didn't quite get it.
Thursday, July 30th. Alpha Delta India Lima.
I was hoping today is not going to be like yesterday. Yesterday was just miserably slow. This is a weird daily. It's got like some weird gaps in it. Does have some resistance first though. I can actually click on it around it looks like 1388. I'd have a ways to go. Thanos with dimples. KODK kind of gave up. I don't see with all that strength in the morning going from, what was this down at, $3 all the way up to $10.55. I don't see this giving all of that back. Definitely see some more float rotation in its future. I mean, it's almost rotated its float just in the first 10 minutes here.
Oscar Charlie Golf November.
Not really seeing anything else here.
ADIL Pharmaceuticals on that report of a call coming up on Thursday. Hit a high of $1.52. Alpha Delta India Lima.
Let me make sure I actually have this. I don't think I ever changed this back again. I think it's still set to load. Yeah, it is. That got me yesterday. Just being patient here with NOV. Obviously, we'd love to see a push up towards 1374. Kodak's getting crushed. OMI. Yeah, OMI on the bottom side. Tesla, Tesla, Tesla. NOV gave it all up at once. Not much we can do about that. Dang, look at Tesla popping off the bottom there. It's being a little choppy. Well, we're not interested in NOV anymore. We would have been, if that would have came down slowly. We were looking.
Red Hail Biopharma publishes positive IBS
turn him down a
phase
little bit
2 study data in American.
But the entry there was through 1309, but that thing just dumped all at once.
RDHL.
VCRA, this actually looks pretty nice. Look at that spread, 40 cents. 50 cents. See what it does here. OMI, I am watching that. It is pretty. Oh, there would be the entry right there. Man, that's a little spready too.
Chairman Nadler
hopefully you got that, Maddie, because that was a good bounce already.
Says hearing with Attorney General Barr has been delayed. That from CNN.
That would be considered a miss for me already. I mean, I wasn't probably going to trade that anyway. Not the way that it was trading. AJRD. Don't necessarily know if I'd like this one. Didn't really extend too far, and the volume completely died down. Already, jeez, look at the spread on this. Yeah, we're gonna stay. That's 60-cent spread. We're gonna stay away from that. Wimmy, wasn't that the one from last week or 2 weeks ago that went nuts? Range on this one kind of sucks. What's Kodak doing? Just out of curiosity. Yeah, Kodak looks weak. Went right to that 1055 resistance and got rejected. Guess a lot of people were seeing the same thing.
SQBG, Sequential Brands Group, getting a pop here now. 729, the high up 40%. Sandy, Quebec.
Yeah, we don't have shares.
Golf.
Oh, it's actually halting. Yeah, hoo-yah. Where'd you see this at? It's on the scanner, kind of. It's not really an intense move. Volume's kind of crap. Could have tried it right there, but I'm still trying to figure out when I want to use my intuition, and I for sure know I don't want to do it when there's not a lot of volume. I am really bad at reading stocks with low volume. But at least now, if it wants to try to go back up, we'd have this entry below 87. Yeah, see, I mean, these are so hard to read.
GRFS, Grifols, says delivers first manufactured batches of its anti-SARS-CoV-2 hyperimmune globulin for a clinical trial. Golf Romeo Foxtrot Sandy, GRFS.
Still interested in HUYA here. The volume doesn't scare me away from the trade, but I'm just saying it's harder to read.
CB consumer confidence
I'd like to see a better entry.
And the Richmond Manufacturing Index for July.
Yeah, Kevin, I think you're right there. I mean, I definitely don't think with that kind of move it's going to give it all back. That's for sure. Watching Huya here. HUYA. Volume on this is absolutely horrible. Alright, we're gonna try it. Ooh, got a pretty bad fill there. Not a bad fill, it did say 85 there, but we were assuming it was coming down there. Let's stop at high of day. It's pretty good chart pattern here, to be completely honest. Just have to probably be a little bit more patient on it. Would have been nice for it to pop up. Ugh, look at that quick. Yeesh. Talk about a fake out. All right, that was a quick one. That's why I don't like these low floaters. I mean, look at that. Our arrow looks, it never even printed there. Look at that. We actually got filled at 85, and it never even printed below 87 on any of these candles. The lowest it printed on that candle we got in on was 90. That hurts. Then we got the slippage there on the exit. Might take another shot at this. How many shares do we have there? Take one more shot at this. We're real close to high day, so we're risking less, but we can still make back pretty much just as much. Looking for that same move back down. Just looking for this to be a fake out. And if not, then we'll give back a little bit more. Been very fakey these last couple weeks. There's not been a lot of good intense moves where they just, give you that normal swoop back down towards VWAP. We just haven't been getting those.
TFFP, Tango Foxtrot.
I don't really see anything else going on either. That's the worst part.
Report that the company has developed an inhalable version of Gilead's remdesivir for the treatment of COVID. That's TFFP.
About to get stopped. What? Look at that. Okay, there it goes. We got stopped before it even got there. What is going on here with these fills today? Did it even print? Yeah, it did print once. I saw it get up there after it filled us, and now it's gonna.
Shares of TFF Pharmaceuticals.
Just gonna let it go
hitting a high
for
of
now.
$8.13 and halted on a circuit breaker now. Shares up 20% at the high off of that news. TFFP.
TFFP. We don't have any shares there. All right,
abstract being circulated, development of remdesivir
so
as a dry powder for inhalation by thin film freezing.
So both of our strategies that we're using, the breakdown of the 1 minute candle or the 1 minute trigger and the fake out breakout of high of day, they both have failed us so far. We're about to try this one last time. I was looking through this candle at $22.99. Alright, we're going to try it one last time here. If you get me 3 times, you win. The fakeage, guys. The fakeage. Just wow. Come on, give us that breakdown through 23. Just give us the dump. Nope. slippage here is going to hurt a little bit.
SYPR, Cyprus winning orders for gas projects in Brazil and Canada. That's Sandy Yankee Papa Romeo, SYPR.
All right. Nobody to blame but myself, but thank you, GDT, for bringing up HUIA. Yeah, it's been Zynga. What a crapshoot. That was a good exit, at least. Maybe I won't be done with this, even though I should be. I mean, honestly, though, even if you were trading the front side of this, you haven't even gotten a pullback. So, I mean, it is what it is. You know I'm not blaming you. I was being funny. I mean, I am interested in this again now, though. Just faked out here. Faked out again on the fake out breakout. And then we tried the 1 minute trigger again. And just no pullback. Look at that. Just absolutely no pullback. If I know you, you'd probably still be in this. Maybe you cut there on that final one where we just cut. $23.40, 15.
SYPR Cyprus Solution shares were halted at the highs 88 cents.
It's a pretty big squeeze.
That news. NYMX NYMOX provides updates.
Yeah, the volume was keeping me weary of it, but with this strategy, volume really doesn't matter too much, to be completely honest. mRNA is starting to move. That thing looks fakey too. And look at how fakey this thing is.
NYMOX providing updates on company's most important ongoing developments. Has recently formally filed with the regulatory authorities for new trademark brand names for FT in different jurisdictions, including the U.S. and Europe.
Watching mRNA on my other chart here.
Shares of NYMOX, 337 now, down 2 cents, NYMX.
While also stalking this thing. This piece of shit gonna get me one more time. Look at how fakey that thing is. mRNA still going higher. I&O we can't play. I was looking at that one earlier. Kodak all the way back to high of day on a squeeze. Jeez, look at that. Excuse me. And there goes HUI. This thing is nuts. I might have to just stay away from this thing.
XELA getting another pop here. X-Ray Echo Lima Alpha company earlier announcing a collaboration with MasterCard.
NVAX moving as well.
For pay UK.
Don't do it, walk away. I do, you know, I guess I should just stick to my, I do have a rule, but it's so hard. I mean, it is kind of looking pretty grindy at this point. We'll come back and laugh at it later, I guess. Let's go over to mRNA. Look at this thing squeeze. $86.50 area. Damn, I missed that entry there. Kind of want to try it. I was hoping for the pop back up one more time. Dang it. I think that was it. I don't think we're gonna. I think it's gonna try to base out and go higher now. Oh man, missed that son of a bitch. Wow! That happened so fast. My intuition told me to get in. I did not get in. Damn it. Would have been risking 40 cents. Would have definitely got more than that, obviously. The heck you looking at, Brian? Oh, because it halted. Another low volume one here. NVAX did the same thing that mRNA did. This thing has like no volume either. Damn, Hubert. Attaboy. At least somebody's killing it. I feel like I haven't been getting anything to work in my favor lately. 28. That's pretty big. Oh, man, look at the spread on these things. You get low volume like that, they're always going to be spready, especially up here. And look at that drop, but then look at the ask. It's still way up here. It's crazy. This is at a pretty key level on the daily. Maybe I'll go learn from Squirrely. Just got to load up a Thinkorswim account. Can't lose on that. I've actually been doing pretty well with this strategy, even considering that we haven't been getting any kind of real good moves. TM's been quiet or Squirrely?
TFFP getting pop here after resuming. Hit $9.59 now. Tango Foxtrot Papa.
It's about to halt again.
Report that they have an inhale version of Remdesivir. 974 the high on TFFP, and looks like it was halted again on a circuit breaker. $9.74 on TFFP. 45% now at the high. Tango Foxtrot Papa.
Yeah, Squirrely apparently yesterday was conveniently the day that he was moving. 65.91. Vincenzo. These spreads are brutal. Kevin, he's another YouTuber. He kind of took off because he was putting up big numbers, playing low floats, penny stocks, and then all of a sudden he decided he tried a small account challenge on CMEG, and he hasn't been doing too well. But he got most of his following when he was paper trading on Thinkorswim, putting up like $600 to $1,000 days. But they were, as you go look on his channel, they're no longer there because he found out that people found out that he was fake. Especially because in pretty much every one of his videos, he's like, I'm trying to be the most transparent day trader on YouTube. Like, oh, okay. Let me just go delete some old videos real quick, and we're going to act like this never happened. You guys want to see something funny real quick? This thing is still just climbing away. Nuts. Looking at the daily, I mean, it's kind of an awkward looking daily. It's kind of just in the middle of everything, so, I mean, there's really no level for it to go to specifically. I was just playing the intense move, but to me this is real. I mean, it's hard to say that this is an intense move anymore because it even came up here, reconsolidated, came back up here, reset again. So, I mean, this thing could just kind of keep going if it really wants to. This WAB, the volume's low as well. It's kind of just resetting as it goes. It's making a bunch of lower candles. No, Kevin, I wasn't joking. It's a fake plastic nut. Ooh, that's a good idea, Kev. GDT is here, so maybe I'll get lucky. Just throw 10,000 shares of something real quick. I just wish there was something like actually to trade. Like I forced myself to trade HUIA because I couldn't find anything else, and I really wanted to trade. I'm not saying I forced myself to trade because of the stream, but like I wanted to trade. It was definitely some FOMO there. The spread is just killer. And look at that. At any point, the ask can just get hit, and you immediately are halfway back up towards high of day. It's just ridiculous. Tilray. Wish we had shares on Tilray. There's been tons of opportunities on Tilray. Yeah, look at that. 7 cents from high of day. That quickly. ACB is another one. We don't ever have shares on that thing. BFF, SKT, TRVN. Just scrolling through the scanner real quick. We have shares on TVRN, or TRVN I should say, but that chart is disgusting. I always tend to do that to myself too. play a ticker 3 times and lose all 3 times. I'm actually not mad at any of the trades this time. The other, what was it? Was it just yesterday? Hold on one sec here. This is looking like it could get a little heavy. Got the EMA coming up though, and the whole dollar. So to me, it would be pretty hard to get through that. See what it does, especially with such a low volume. It's not like people can't see that. If it does break, probably come all the way down here.
TRVN, Trevina shares popping here. Trevina up 9%. Tango Romeo Victor November.
I'm going to take a shot here. Looking for the breakdown. Looking for this to come back down to this previous resistance towards VWAP.
Richmond Fed Manufacturing Index.
Another fake out in the store.
July versus 0 in June.
I was going to hit it up over 66 just for the anticipation. Would have gave us some more shares and a better average, but I really wanted to kind of see the confirmation there. Jesus, look at this. right back up. I'm going to have to actually cover this one if I see it on the ask, because the slippage on this one can be pretty bad. So we're going to have to take the assumed
CB consumer
loss here.
confidence, 92.6 versus the forecast of 94.5.
Hopefully we just get shoved back down. Just getting faked out galore today. So the reason I'd be covering this manually if I see close to high of day is because look at the spread. And the way that you get filled with the spread when you get stopped out, if this thing shoots up to, say, through 35 and up to... We're going to have to take it. So if that shoots up to 35 and then goes through to 50 until 35 is shown on the bid, I'm going to get stopped. Like that, I'm going to get filled at 50, and that's going to be like some major slippage. So like here, we're through. So until this bid comes up to 35, we might not even be filled yet. So whatever this ask is at, when the bid hits 35, is where we would get filled. So let's see if it actually happens. So I can just kind of give you an example. Man, we're getting faked out today. There it is. So 35. So we actually would have got filled at 39 because when 35 hit there. So it wouldn't have been too bad, but we got 33 actually because it jumped back down 2 cents. What a rough morning. This is our trade ideas are not working out. I might actually be interested in HUIA again. This is actually looking kind of heavy. Let's see what it does if it tries high of day again here. Ultimately, you'd want it to try and fail and then come down and break the $0.50. But if it goes higher, then we're not interested. So 58's there now. So if it makes a new high, we're not interested. If it rejects, we're interested through 50. Yeah.
NBRV, Nebriva receives European approval for Zenletta for treatment of community-acquired pneumonia. That's November Bravo Romeo Victor, NBRV, Nebriva.
I'm not trading Kodak. It's kind of a weird looking one. I believe in the flying squirrel. Flying squirrels exist, right? They just kind of glide though. Well, I'm sorry you guys had to tune into what seems to be another red day in the making. I'm kind of FOMOing into some trades here that are pretty low on volume. We are just not getting any kind of pullback on them. I was like, was that halted? Didn't look like it should have been. I feel like we didn't miss anything. And something like this could have been good on the front side, but we pulled it up. It was already over here anyways. I actually pulled that one up off the tracker, or the monitor. There's that SYPR again, the dollar stock. Kevin, I haven't been going live almost period. This was kind of it might be like a once a month thing, especially because the kids were home a lot recently just because of the sickness, and there's just been so much going on lately that I've been just overwhelmed. So I decided to stop the live stream for a little bit. We're getting up to those levels on the daily. on Kodak.
INSG and Seago spiking here. Indy November Sandy Golf. 1163 spiking here. INSG.
I want my money. Do we anticipate? We're going to anticipate. Complete revenge trade. Not completely, but should have waited for confirmation through 50, but this looks like a fake out breakout if I've ever seen one. So we're going to see if we can get it. Looking for a move at least down towards 33. I'm going to put them out at 30 just in case it wants to. Let's do 31. Just in case it wants to dive down there. Put 90% out. See if we can hit it, and then we'll see if we can get some kind of continuation to the downside. I'm definitely not looking to let this thing go back against this, obviously. We'll stop at break even, worst case.
Yankees-Phillies game postponed again tonight due to the outbreak among Miami Marlins players.
Yeah, Charlie confused me yesterday. He told me that the whole season got canceled. I was like, "What?" I was upset. Let's give us a drop down towards VWAP. Here we go. See if we can get through 36. There's not really much under it, according to the level 2.
I report that 4 more Miami Marlins players have tested positive, now 17 in total.
Thinking about just taking 50% here. Kind of seeing what its next move is. I feel like back through 40, I really just am not interested. There we go. See if we can get that push down to 31. 32. One away. On the bid. So we can get our fill. Do I really want to fight over a penny?
CES says it will not return to Las Vegas in 2021.
So decent little win here. We'll put the stop at break even on the rest, and we'll see what it can do. So finally got our trade there on HUIA. Just had to be crazily patient for it. What did Kodak end up doing? It's kind of chopping. Excuse me. Looks like we had a good cover there so far. If this wants to squeeze all the way up through the $0.50, then so be it. There's not much we can do about it. It got down to 26. Got our fill at 31. Let's say we got the meat of the move there. Jeez. My leftovers like never work out. Almost ever. As I say that, I'm saying that to jinx it, right? I want it to be like, oh, you think they never work? Watch this. Boom, $22. Because that's what I was looking for. I was looking for this thing to fade the rest of the day. Now that we finally found the back, but now we're about to get stopped out. See what I'm saying here? So we actually ended up getting 52 there, which was kind of crap considering it never even printed there. Whatever.
Shares hitting a high $1.58 now.
Okay, well, we got some back there. At least we took 90% out there.
Alpha Delta India Lima.
Write it back down. Wait, revenge trading is never good. I mean, I called that a revenge trade, but it really wasn't. It was me playing the chart. It tried to go higher. It tried to go higher again. Wasn't much volume there. And it came back down into its range. We even used this key area for an entry. So I don't dislike the trade at all. The fact that it's going to fake me out of my leftovers by a penny is the annoying part. But what I'm getting at is I have no problem trying to just take 90% of my position there, right? Because what if this is the move it makes and then it just goes back to high of day? Then we had a pretty nice winner that we let turn into a loser. But I'm obviously not interested now, but that is kind of annoying that it would literally squeeze all the way up there. Hopefully it just goes higher and I don't have to talk about it anymore. Let's move along. Kodak's not really doing anything. It's kind of chopping away. WAB, this thing faked us out. What did it fake us out again? Didn't get lower. Let's see, it was a 66.40. No, it never made a lower candle yet. Right here, I guess was the first one, but this is too linear for me. At least with HUYA, I mean, look at how extended this still was, right? And then take a look at WAB. Look how just linear and not extended this is. So I wouldn't be interested there. Looks like INSG moved while we were not paying attention. It's kind of a choppy one too. Probably would have been looking to get in on this candle here. And so far it's been a little bit of a fake out. But it is still down here now. Tried to pop back up. Oh, as I say that. We have no shares anyway. I see you getting in the trades too fast and shaken out too. You've noticed yourself at times that if you would have held a bit more, you would have made profit. Well, the way that I'm trading with this strategy, I'm not looking to scale in. So it's kind of a right or right out type situation. So I'm risking the same amount every single trade because when I was scaling in, that was my huge issue is I couldn't seem to
Twitter
risk.
says Donald Trump Jr.'s account limited for 12 hours, says it did not suspend. Trump Jr.'s account limits the account for COVID misinformation. That's TWTR.
I was having an issue when scaling in.
Out with his daily update
all right,
now.
Charlie. Time for you to go. Where are you at? Why is it not letting me close you out? It's like stuck. Where is
4 more states were added
button?
to Chicago's emergency quarantine travel order, including Wisconsin.
It's like behind. I forget, is it Shift Alt? Shift Control? That you can move the window? Ugh. sec. Move window not on screen. I know it's a shortcut. I just forget what it is. Hold down shift key while right clicking the program in taskbar. Okay. Oh, wait. I can't because it's a separate window. Oh my jeez. Alright. Control delete. You made me go that route. So you lose. I close you the way you didn't want to be closed. Yeah, Vincenzo. I haven't been doing 112 for a couple weeks now. On the news, baseball season the rest of 2020 canceled. Yeah, Kevin, it was. Apparently it's just for 2 days. They're just canceling like 2 or 3 games until people get retested, because the tests that the MLB are using, they take 24 to 48 hours. So on those trades, on the within the clubs, like the Marlins right now, they had like 10 plus people test positive. They have to get them all tested before they can play again. Which I don't understand, because they say it's 2 weeks. Everyone said you got to quarantine for 2 weeks. So I don't really understand, by getting them retested, how they're going to be fine in 2 to 3 days. So I have a feeling it's not good news for the MLB season. Watching MGM here. Chris, no, haven't had the best of days. We've traded HUYA 4 times, and it bit us 3 times. We got some of our money back that last time, and WAB got us for a loser as well. I'll show you guys the charts in a little bit. I'm watching MGM here. I kind of like this chart. Really not much to go off on the daily. This thing's just kind of chopping around. 1621, really the first any kind of level that I see. It's kind of at a weird spot. It's actually right at what could be used as resistance. It was previous support. Let me draw the line. Oops. I should be right about there. Oh, so that's the line I already had drawn. Kind of missing the move here, probably. Highs 1550. Was the low? The low of this candle was 43, so it went through. Now it's trying to go back up. That would have been a fake out. I wasn't even paying attention. Could have saved us some money there. This isn't really that extended. That's the other thing. The range on it also isn't that great. There it goes, right? Man, that ate some shares up. Look at the volume on this. Yeah, I saw that, Justin. There's a lot of people opting out of the season, which I get. I do. As a sports fanatic, though, it just sucks to not watch sports. Can only imagine how imagine how Dave Portnoy feels. He's so mad that he's just started throwing millions at the stock market via a Scrabble bag. Justin, do you follow Lamar Jackson on Twitter? Oh, looks like somebody else opted out too. D'Anthony Thomas was the one that I saw, but now it says Andre Smith just opted out as well. He's the next Warren Buffett. Good old Dave Portnoy. This Kodak looks like it's just going to chop all day. It's probably going to be one of those late day squeezes. IIVI making a interesting move. Volume out of nowhere. I just turned Charlie off too, so I don't even know what it is. Not that I really care, but these are hard to play with the new strategy because it's almost pure intuition. If you pull it up and you see it dropping, you could jump in and you're just risking the high there, but they can be tough because they can just shoot right back up. Let's go back to MGM. Oh, that quick. What was that, like 20 seconds? Alright, no more MGM. I can't tell you how many times that happens. That's why I have multiple charts up, but at the same time, I can only watch so much. But even if I was watching on a different chart, that looked like it happened so quick. Is Penn making another move? No, not quite. Yeah, I saw VXRT, but we don't have any shares. And it's on SSR. I don't care about SSR anymore, but it always does suck to try to short something that's on SSR. LPTH. What did HUIA end up doing? Oh, it's just chopping around up there. Makes me feel a little better, I guess. Looks like it went back through again, barely. It wouldn't have got to 51, though. It's so frustrating. See, look at this candle. The candle we got stopped out on, it says it didn't even... Or wait, I see a 52. Okay, there it is. I was going to say. So we did top ticket, which sucks, but... Oh yeah, for anyone that's just tuning in, these were my trades on HUIA. Just to go over them real quick, this is the standard play. Looking for an extension away from previous resistance. Actually, I had two previous resistance. There's yesterday's high. And we're just looking for it to make a high and then start to curl back down. We're looking for a 1 minute trigger. So as it got under this candle, we hit it, but this was a complete fake out. We actually got filled, and it never even printed down here. You see we got filled at 85. The low of this candle was 90. Low of this candle 88. Low of this candle 87. So you can see it was kind of crappy. Went right up the high day, took us out. It came right back down into the range, and we took much smaller share size this time based off of what we could have taken, just seeing if that was a fake out breakout. So we were actually fine with this trade as well. Stopped out, and then again, it looked like it faked out again, and unfortunately, it did not. We got in for the 1 minute trigger based off of the low of this candle after the fake out, and that was wrong as well. This thing literally just did not want to pull back. So we just kind of let it go. It never gave us another trigger. Right. And who's that? Farnushum. What's up, man? Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. But after that, it never gave us another trigger. The low of this candle was 22. It did come back down to 22, never went through. I think we weren't watching, or I think we actually weren't watching it there. Again here, 32. It did go through there, but we weren't watching it here. It was a little too choppy. But then it just kind of grinded up. We were interested right here through 50, but it never got through. It tried to go higher again. And this time, we saw that there was like no volume when it went higher. So when it came back down, we anticipated it was going to break the 50 area this time. And it did. So we got a nice little move on it finally. And then we had leftovers. We took 90% off here, and we were left with 10%. And this thing decided to squeeze right back up there and take us out. So it does look like it's going to try to go higher again, which is whatever. Stonks only go up. And then the other trade was WAB. This was us just looking for, this looked very heavy. Had a nice little move up, previous resistance all the way down here. We were looking to ride it all the way down to that. And another one, 91, we got filled at the bottom, literally. But the break of these candles was right there. So actually, I guess if we were being legit, we could have looked for the break of this candle. But I was actually more so just looking for the break of this candle up here on the way back down. So I was actually giving it even more confirmation, at least I thought, at 91. So because we were really just looking for that break of the whole dollar. And it was a fake out pretty much instantly. Came up, took us out, and now you can see it's just chopping around there. So we wouldn't be interested in this anymore. I feel like it's kind of lost its elasticity as well as its extension. It's kind of just linear at this moment. And as you guys can see, the scanner is pretty quiet at the moment. So kind of a frustrating day. I feel like we never really got some solid trades this morning, but hey, that's just me. Maybe just this strategy in general wasn't exactly with the ebb and flow of the market today. But speaking of that, the SPY is just straight up V. This thing wants to go back to all-time highs, apparently. It's crazy. SPY is, I was reading something on Reddit the other day. It's just the most irrational thing ever. Like, just looking at the numbers, it just makes no sense. They're asking for a roundup. How did we do today? 1 for 5. Nice. Technically, though, we're only down 1R, 1Q, whatever you want to call it. Quota, risk, whatever. Looking to make $50 a day. We're down 56.45 on the day. Which is really not that bad, considering. We had the one nice winner there. I'm actually going to throw these into my journal real quick just to see what we made on that last one. Because like I said, we're always risking 25. So on trades that we can make, that's the idea. I'm gonna get into that here in a second. Let me add these in. I think it was right around that after that thing came back up on us. It was like right around 25. I did the math in my head real quick. I'm pretty sure we got maybe a little bit more than 1R. We ended up with $30. So we made 30 with that coming back up and stopping us out. And the max we lost on, the max loser we had was HUIA, that first one with the slippage. We lost 28.56. Exactly 25 on that third one, and then $9 on that second one because we took less share size just because we were getting closer to the top and we knew that it was a little bit riskier when you try to get in closer to the top like that, just risking the fake out. So what I'm getting at with that though is if we scroll in just a little bit here and we take a look at something like HUIA, we're risking 2306.85. So we were risking 21 cents, but we were looking with an entry of 85, we're looking for 55. So we're looking to make 30 cents, right? So we're looking for more than 1-to-1. And especially when we get these moves where it fakes us out, and we look to get in here, look how close we are to the top, and we're still looking for that same area, right? So at this point, high of day was 2308. Our entry was 22.99, so we're only risking 9 cents, but we were looking to make almost 50 cents, right? So we're looking to make almost 5-to-1 on our money. So this strategy is pretty good as far as risk reward goes, and I like that. I like knowing that we can take trades, we have a set risk, and we can really, the goal is to get as much reward out of it, using the risk that we're using. So if we can at least get 1R on pretty much all of these trades, even if we're just 60%, you're still going to make money. But the idea is to not get faked out all the time, to be closer to like 85%, not 60%. So just right now, these last few days, everything's just been kind of haywire. So last couple weeks, I should say. Yeah, it's all political, man. I try to stay out of all of that. I'm just sad there's not going to be a season. I mean, if baseball can't have a season where you're literally like nowhere near each other unless you're batting, how are we going to have a football season? That's going to be like near impossible. Like how are you going to keep, especially when football plays, that's when flu season starts. So it's only, I don't know if that's going to make this worse. Like I don't know. I give up. I'm just along for the ride at this point. My performance today, I am also disappointed in the final number. The trades, I am not that upset about. WAB, that kind of sucks. So if you are just reading technicals, this is a decent setup, right? You have pretty obvious support here. Came up, came down, tested it again, came up, made a lower high, and then so you'd be looking to enter right there. That was exactly what we did on HUIA, but HUIA I felt like was a little bit more extended. But I guess when you're looking at the range too, it's really no different as far as cents go. But as you can see, just HUIA just looks right. The price and the range might not be the same, but it was more extended from VWAP per se. That's why I have VWAP. It's more of a gauge on how extended we are. Or if you look at WAB, it's just kind of like riding pretty close to it. But you get moves like this, and hey, is what it is. Probably come down here, test this 65 area before it decides what else it wants to do. SFM on the scanner. We have shares here. Excuse me. Yesterday's high sitting here at 22.28 area, 27.28 I should say. 27.32. Spread's not too bad. $0.50 right there. Let's go with the daily. 28 is some pretty good resistance. It might want to get up there. Just don't know. I'm not really feeling this one, to be honest. It's like even with the 1 minute trigger, we're already coming back down. Got the EMA right there. I mean, you're only looking for 20 cents. We'd be risking the same amount, which again isn't that bad, but you're limiting yourself to only 1-to-1 best case scenario. We'll see if it wants to run some more. I'm not really interested in this, especially looking up at the daily. It looks like it might want to try to make a run up there towards 28. If not, then we're wrong, and so be it. But I just don't like, you got yesterday's high here, which will probably be trying to use the support. You got the EMA coming up right to it. Just screams that it might want to use that as support. Kodak is being owned by the pure split-second scalpers. The 112 Vincenzo is most likely not gone forever. It's just I am just not cut out for it at the moment. I'll just be honest with you. I can't seem to figure out how to risk more on the better trades because a lot of my good trades are single entry. And with single entry, that means you have less risk because you're trying to scale into the position. But then if I'm trying to scale into a position, I was having an issue with actually scaling into the position. I would have no issue hitting it the second time, but when it came to the third time, where it would be my last ad, I always had an issue with that. I just couldn't seem to do it. And so I needed to adapt. I needed to figure out a way that I could make more money based off of the way that I am the best at trading. And 112 just didn't seem to be it. I would have so many smaller winners because a lot of them would be single entry with smaller size. And then when I'd have the losers, they would be max size losers. So they were pretty much wiping out most of the gains. And I'm really not doing anything different. If you really want to think about it, like take this trade for instance. Say it was coming up. Say I wanted to play the double top here. So our first entry could have been 27.26, and then if I hit it right when it failed, rejected there, that's going to put our average right here at 35, like right in the middle. Where would my average be if I was playing the backside? Pretty much right there. So I can get the same average for the most part just playing the backside, and I'll be full size. That's kind of the key part there, is getting full size. That's always been my issue. So I think this is my way of getting full size, and we'll see if it works, right? I'm not saying this is going to be permanent, because I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it for hopefully 3 months straight, same thing over and over and over again, and accumulate some trades, and we're going to see if it works out. And I have a good feeling that it might. We just need the market to give us some pullbacks, and these last couple of weeks we haven't really been getting any pullbacks. So far we were right here on SFM. It did like yesterday's high to be used as support. We got rid of that line when we got rid of all the rest of them there from the daily. It was sitting right at 28. It got denied there twice pretty recently. It looks like last week. Yeah, you did every once in a while, Vincenzo. It obviously works, though. I mean, look at Justin. Justin kills it with the 112. The dude's an animal. But you can tell that he can tolerate the risk. He is able to hit the button that third time. I don't know. I had an issue. It was an issue that did not want to seem to solve itself. I'm really not interested in SFM. If this would have been doing this up near 27.80, I might be interested. But I can't get in this close to the $0.50. That was not a big enough extension. I do like that the volume was a lot lighter on that push through. It's usually a good sign that it's not going to continue higher. But I'm just not a fan. It also could be there might have been some news, and it's finding its new price. What was the? Oh, Huya. Yeah, I've seen you see these stair steppers all the time, right? It's just, look at this. Up, sideways, up, sideways, up, sideways. I mean, well, obviously it might not go sideways, but I'm just saying that was definitely not enough extension for me, because what I'd be looking for is if this would have went up to 27.80, 27.90, or even 28, I'd be looking to ride that down to this previous resistance at 27.50. But we only got up to 27.65, and we're already back down there. So there's really no wiggle room there. Oh, HUYA, I hate you. It's a bummer. It would have stopped us out the second time, too. It got back up there, consolidated and tried to go higher, but then got dumped on. This is what we were hoping would happen after. Like we knew that we were most likely going to get some kind of a bounce, but we didn't want it to bounce up as strong as it did like that. I mean, we gave back. Let's draw the fibs real quick. So we gave back a little over 23, the 23 line, but it just did not want to continue. We weren't expecting it to gain half of what it gave back there all in one shot like that, and then it just consolidated. It did go higher than our stop over here too. It got up to 53, but then it got rejected, and now it's dumping off. But this is what we were hoping to get, a bounce like up towards 23.40, because as you could see, it was being used as resistance here. And we were hoping that it would kind of do what it did here, right? We were hoping that this is what over here looked like, and we could have been getting those remaining shares to continue down, looking for it to just fade all day. But oh well. He exists to shame the rest of us. Yeah, Justin is definitely he's on top of his game at the moment. He's killing it. Triple D, you're not the only one, man. You're not the only one. I'll pull this over again just to make you feel a little better. I mean, granted, not huge numbers, but it was worse. We did get some of it back on HUIA, but we're down 56 buckaroos at the moment. 56 volatility dollars. CNX on SSR. Check BO. You're up 48 bucks, blah, get out of here. Well, if you don't want that 48 bucks, just donate it to me and that'll make me almost break even. And then we can both just be happy, right? You gave back to the community and I'm closer to even. How about that? If you don't want it that bad, if you're that upset about making 48 bucks. Hubert, the problem with that, and I'm not saying you're absolutely wrong, but when you get this kind of move with your entry and you're coming to a pretty key area, look, you can see it. The reason I chose this area is look at all the support it had here. VWAP was coming up, and I was front running that a little bit because I was going to use 30, but I only went to 31. It's not like I front ran it that much. But in hindsight, you can't ever just assume that this is what's going to happen. I can't imagine getting over 1R and then letting it go all the way back against me and then just hoping throughout this entire consolidation that this is what's going to happen. Like you can't hindsight trade. I'm not saying you're wrong. I mean, you ended up being right. But at the same time, you don't know that this is going to happen. If anything, if I saw this consolidate like this and start to curl up, there's no way that I would ever think that this wasn't going to go back towards high of day, which I would have been wrong, obviously. Stocks go up and down. If you get shaken out every time, you're not going to make money. I don't know what to say to that because we're talking in hindsight right now. So obviously, if I had a time machine, I'd be good to go. If I had a time machine, I just want to be able to see 6 minutes into the future. That's it. That's all I need is 6 minutes. I don't want to be too greedy. I mean, really, you only need like 30 seconds. But I guess asking for 6 minutes is being a little greedy because I just want to see what stocks do out of a halt. That's where you can make so much money. I'm pretty positive that's the first time I've ever traded HUIA. So if you've traded a bunch of times, then good for you. And that is part of trading. The more you trade certain tickers, the more you know how that they probably act. And I'm pretty sure I've never traded HUIA before, so I don't know. So I'm literally just trying to read the chart. That's all I'm doing, pretty much on any given trade. I think if I go back, I've traded, I don't even know how many tickers there are in the stock market, but I've probably traded quite a few of them. And I probably only have duplicates on not even 10% of my trades, of my tickers, I should say. Did SFM go up? No, it's just kind of chilling. Does look very, very heavy, descending triangle-ish. Just an advice, watching most of your video, it seems like you will be more profitable if you stop going against the trend. Sean, get out of here. I don't know if you're trolling, but that's what we do here. We are counter trend traders. If you hate me for it, I'm sorry. I wish you the best, but that's what we do. That's what we do here. All I will say, and I'm not trolling you here. But 90% of the people that fail at this, they're usually saying the same thing that you just said. And I'm not saying you can't trade with the trend. There are strategies out there where you can trade with the trend. A lot of times, though, it's just further into the move. So, like, as the trend's going up, you could clearly play a breakout here. You could play the U. Obviously, this is in hindsight because this clearly could have double topped and faded off. For weakness, like, let's take a look at KODK because I'm pretty sure this was a good example. So this one, it just chops, and then the trend is kind of going upwards. Obviously, if you scroll way back, the trend's upwards. So when do you consider this going with the trend to the downside, right? Good traders, really good traders, can put good risk on a trade predicting that, okay, this is the end of the trade or the trend, and you look for the moves back down. If you're always waiting for confirmation and you're trying to trade with the trend, you're trading with 90% of other people. So the moves are just going to be pretty harsh in reverse when they do happen. But you also don't see me trade tickers that are just chopping around like this. So yeah, and that's the other thing too, is breakout trading is only good if you have a bunch of volume coming in behind your entries. I'll leave it at that. Yeah, and that's true too. Like I'm not just shorting or going long, counter trending just random spots. I have a very specific area of interest that I'm looking for. And like I said, you can make money trading with the trend. It's very much possible. It's just, to me, a lot harder. I feel like the probability of winning the trades that I do, like, that's the thing. It's like when I'm losing, just like any other YouTube channel out there, when you're losing, everybody comes out of the woodworks. Well, if you did this, it would work. If you did this, it would work. If you just traded with the trend, it would work. If you just played support resistance this way instead of doing this or that. It's like when you're losing, everyone acts like they're the expert. But when you're winning, your comment section is just crickets, right? Everyone's just like, oh, he won again. And if you go back the majority of my videos and you look at all the ones where I won, there's almost, besides the loyal supporters, there's like no one there, right? But if you go on to all the losing videos, there's a bunch of people there's still a bunch of the supporters because they understand what's going on. But you get these people that usually don't comment very often. They're saying, well, if you just traded with the trend, or if you just didn't do this, or if you just did this. And it's just like, hey, where have you been when I've been winning 85% of the time? And so I'm not saying you're wrong, Sean, but I'm just saying I know what I'm doing has a very good high probability of working. So I'm going to stick to it. To my defense, I'm not going to let one person come on here, not whether it was you or anybody else, and say, hey, you should do this. And I'm just going to be like, you know what? You're right. I'm just going to change everything that I've been doing for the last year and couple months, and I'm just going to do the opposite. When in reality, I am profitable. It's not a lot, and I'm using smaller size, and that's why it's not a lot. But I am profitable. So that find people trading with the trend that are actually profitable with proof. Show me the proof too. We were discussing earlier. We found quite a few people that claim to be way more than they actually are. What was that? Mara, SYPR. We don't have shares on either of those. Your volume indicator. What volume indicator? I don't see RSI either. Oh, well, right, okay, yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing. There's thousands of ways to trade. So just because I don't trade like you and you don't trade like me doesn't mean anything. We could both be making money. You could be making money trading the trend. I'm making money going the other way. You make it going up, and then when you sell, I'll buy or sell those shares into you, and we'll be good to go. We'll both make money. Perfect scenario. And that's the thing. I've tried RSI. I've tried trading with the trend. I've tried breakout trading. I've tried it all. Before I found counter trend trading, I've tried almost everything that there is to try. I've tried stochastics. I've tried the Bollinger Bands. I've tried the alligator indicators. I've literally tried everything. I didn't have a YouTube channel then. This was all before that. I was going strategy to strategy to strategy, trying to figure out my way as well as what I found that works, and support and resistance, all of that stuff. And all of those are very 50-50. And if you don't know how to manage your risk, when you're only 50-50, you're just not going to make money. And that's why a lot of people, like the YouTuber we were talking about earlier, you'll see them trade a 50-50 thing, and they'll have some decent winners, but they're just going to dwindle and dwindle. It's just going to go down very slowly. And that's what was happening to me. And I said, okay, obviously I took a step back, and I was like, okay, even though I'm having some pretty good winners, and the losers aren't really that bad either, it's really just 50-50 both ways. Well, if that's the case, fees, commissions, all that's just going to eat you alive. If you're just breaking even trading, and everything else is just going to eat you apart. So that's exactly what was happening to me, and you're never going to make it that way. So you have to find something that not only fits you, but just gotta do you. That's all I can say. Yeah, man. Yeah, stick around. Just when you get your thing going, let me know. I want to support. I tell everybody, find other channels that are just like mine, where they literally show you everything, truth, transparency, everything, just everything. Can't hide anything. And I want to follow them. I want to support them because I still haven't found another channel that does it. The only one that does it now is GDT. He's the only other one. There's no other channel that's done it since the beginning. That's all I'll say. When I finally make it, there's zero possibility of you guys saying, or anybody, I'm not saying you guys specifically, but there's zero chance of me ending up on Guru Leaks. That's what I'll say. I'll put it that way. Because I've literally shown you guys everything. There's nothing, I haven't hid one single thing. I've posted every single day. Everything I've traded, you guys have seen. And that's how I wanted the channel to be. I want you guys to know that every time you come and watch my videos, you're seeing the truth. You're not seeing just flashy numbers on a demo account, and which you see just all the time, and it's sickening. Like, what they're doing should just, like, I wish YouTube cared about that stuff, because I feel like if people are representing that they're making real money and then, like, they're actually lying about it, I feel like there should be repercussions for that. I feel like you should just have your channel nixed, just gone. I feel like 90% of the YouTube channels would just be gone. CYH, we've traded that before. I remember the range was really small on it. This is pretty slow. Everything today that has been moving fast, like Kodak. I mean, look at this. You can't trade this. It's just chop. I mean, it did. Look at that. It used that daily line here for the first move. Used the second daily line here for the second move. It might just be done, or it might just come back down here, use this as support again, and kind of just chop in a range. I'm going to give it another 6 minutes. I'm going to get off of here at 11. I appreciate y'all stopping by. I'll put out the video later. I'm not sure if I'm going to... I feel like putting the live trades on here are really not worthwhile, just because there's really nothing to look at. I could put this one, but there's really nothing to show. It does kind of suck that this one faded out after it stopped us out, but that's our strategy. Is once we take profit like that, we stop the rest, break even. And unfortunately, only if we had a little bit of a better entry there. If for some reason we anticipated and our entry was a little higher, we wouldn't have got stopped out, but hey, it is what it is. And then that stupid WAB, that one got us. I like this trade. I mean, look at it. It looks heavy, right? It looks like it's ready to fall over, and then fake out. Oh well, can't win them all. AGRD. Going high of day here. Volume's not that great. Did I pull this one up earlier? I feel like I don't remember this one. Nice little sloppy seconds there. You're in Kodak. See, now normally I'd normally be able to tell you, are you long or short? But looking at a chart like this, I'm just gonna have to ask you because I don't know. The heck is that? Oh, is that a sunken jet ski? Oh, that was his boat? No. Oh, Thomas, if you're in here, was that your boat? You were short. Hold on, let me catch up here. Oh, he was in deep water, so that's not your boat? I see they pulled it out. I'm so confused. Because the pictures are very... like it's... or what is... oh, is that the engine that's broke like that? I'm confused. Oh, yeah, for sure, that's the engine. I didn't see the first picture. He said he didn't hit anything, but the motor is made to hit stuff and go in the mud, etc. That's your boat? Ah, Thomas. Ah, I guess Devin's in here listening because he's answering me. Ugh. That's brutal. I'm so sorry, Thomas. If you're listening, you should have still been short, man. Look at this. It's about the tank under 9. Look at me. I'm such a good hindsight trader. I should make a YouTube channel. They're just chirping away over here in the ISW chat. I'm going to need to catch up. I really wanted one more trade. We're just not seeing nothing. Brian, get out of here. Brian's stream sniping. I pulled up home and he's in the ISW like, oh, home chart's up. Just kidding. It was obviously the only one on the scanner. Stupid penny stock. That thing's still going. It's got to look choppy. Yeah, look at that. Look how choppy that looks. Let's say it was at $1 earlier. It's only at $1.20. There's no way it was still going straight up. I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten anything this morning. It's close enough to lunch. Do I want to eat a ham, egg, and cheese bagel, or do I want to make a chicken salad? Probably should eat a chicken salad. It's too late for the bagel. Dang, home dropped already. Look at how what's going on here. Did that gap down? Look at look at the volume on this, that it literally gapped. There's a gap on the chart. It's gonna gap fill, right? It has to. It's got to go back to 906. I haven't seen that in a while. That's pretty funny. Oh, there it goes. Maybe it was just the chart took a while to load. Well, yeah, that's and to Sean, if Sean's still here, that's exactly why I don't trade stuff like this, right? I'm not looking to trade chop. I'm not looking to guess which direction this is going. Like, would you consider this a downtrend? Right? Okay, well, go ahead, get short. But at the same time, so you can't. There's really no high probability that you're right. All you're doing is saying, okay, well, the trend's going down, so I'm just going to try to go with the trend. You never know when the trend's going to reverse. I mean, guys, take a look at the SPY. Let's look at the SPY on the daily. Look at this huge move down. All right. Well, at the bottom of this, things weren't getting better in the United States, right? Nothing changed. Nothing said the virus was slowing down. Anything. So, what warrants this move to where we're almost back to where we were before all this started? The NBA season has basically been reduced. The MLB season reduced. Now they're starting to get suspended games. The NFL season in talks of possibly not even starting. Schools are being done online. They were closed down. People didn't get to play their last year of sports in high school, college. These kids that could be the next pro athletes are not getting scouted their senior years. Like, they're just think of the trickle effect that all of this has had. And we're still, when all of this started back in when? March, late February, early March. It's now almost the end of July, and we are no better off. There was a little hope somewhere in the middle there that everything was kind of slowing down and we were going to start to get back to normal. But then we opened everything back up for the most part prematurely. And now look where we are. Everything's worse than when it was when we started, or it's getting there in a lot of places. And everyone's like, oh, I'm just tired of it. I don't care. Right? There's so many people out there that are like that. And it's just going to make it worse. And it's going to make it worse. But yet, the SPY is almost back to where it was. All these businesses in the United States closing, unemployment, just going out of business, all these places. Like, it makes zero sense. How can the economy, the SPY, whatever you want to call like the overall markets, how can it be thriving the way that it is when nothing is open? Nothing else is thriving with it besides like Tesla, like all the main places that have been open. You got Amazon. Like, obviously people can just sit here and shop on Amazon. People are spending their stimulus money. Well, if we even get more stimulus money, it's just it makes no sense, right? What I'm getting at here, the total grand pitch of all this is that the market is irrational. You can try to trade with the trend. You know how many people have went broke trying to trade with the trend? Every time you try to trade with the trend, you're literally taking a 50-50 shot because you're just saying, okay, the trend's going this way, I'm just going to jump in. Well, guess what? It could not. Just like when I get into a trade, it could not. But guess what? That's where risk management comes into play. So if I'm right, then hey, I can make some pretty good money. If I'm wrong, then hey, I had set risk. I knew when I hit the button that I had zero control of that trade after I hit the button. So that's where set risk comes into play. That's where risk management comes into play. If you can control that, then you're good to go, because that is one of the key factors in being a profitable trader. Okay. You can never predict the direction. You can use your hedge and have a predefined risk. All right, so now we're talking hedges as well. I'm not going to get into hedges. You might as well just trade options, right? Just do the iron condor. Yeah, again, Sean, I'm not trying to pick on you or anything like that. It's just I view everything quite differently, so it's easy to go back and forth with you about what I believe and what you believe. And that's the thing. We both just believe two different things. But hey, if we can both make money, then who cares, right? That's what we're here for. That's what I want this channel to be about. I want it to be a community of people, of the 10% that are actually making money. So if you're making money, please keep doing it. Don't let me talk you out of anything. Just like I'm not going to let you talk me out of anything either. Not without any proof, that is. If you show me that you're like 90% when you're following the trend with minimal risk, I'm gonna watch you, and I'm gonna be like, hey, it's working for this guy. Why would I not do it? I think yesterday, really had me just wanting. I don't know if you're in here, Drew, but I'm kind of answering your question from the Discord. He asked me if the live stream makes me more nervous, and I think when I very first did the live streams, maybe it made me a little bit nervous, but to me, it's really not a big deal anymore. I don't think it made me make any trades that I wouldn't have made off the stream. So if that's what you're asking. I trade long and short, sometimes reversal, sometimes trend. Yeah, that is what Triple D does. For anybody that doesn't know that, it's Devin, by the way. And the SPY is getting crushed here at the moment. And Devin, Devin trades breakouts. Devin also trades the way that I do. Devin has realized that there's benefits to both sides. And he's not, I mean, he tries not to be biased. Excuse me. He tries not to be biased, but there are times where you can tell that he is. But okay, definitely overstay my welcome. There's really nothing else going on, so I'm gonna get out of here. If you guys have any additional questions, jump in the Discord. Links in the description. Hit the like button on the way out, I guess, if you want to. Not a big deal. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the live stream. I'm gonna try to do one a month at least. Just because it is fun. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. Unfortunately, today just sucked. I feel like there was really nothing going on. And yeah, I'm going to jump into the voice thing in the Discord, hang out with Devin and Thomas. They're already in there. And if you want to come hang out, feel free to do that. I'll put out the video of the recap here in a little bit. I'm going to go eat first. And yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.